True Warrior football. True Warrior football. True Warrior football.
You are listening to True Warrior Football Podcast with your host, Corey Kid Smith.
The first down, it looked like they'll obviously stay on the field and go for it here on 4th and 1.
There you go. Don't need glasses to see that the Greyhounds are going for it on 4th down and 1. Kashmirzak takes the snap. It's a handoff to Al-Fayed, and the Warrior defense holds strong on 4th down and 1. The Warriors come up with a stop, and that's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, what great penetration from the top side there and making the contact. But you know what I like most about that is not just the contact. He didn't get himself in a position that a lot of these younger players do and try to unleash the strong shoulder blow. What he did was he wrapped his arms, which was great tackling technique. Too many times, a lot of younger players are trying to go for that big highlight hit and just trying to have shoulder contact and not wrap the arm. So great for them and trying to put some points on the board.
Fool Russell once. Now you might fool him twice, as that kick is good. The Warriors answer back with points of their own. That one, Elijah Slybeck, the senior Columbia University just offered him a scholarship, and that's why.
I was getting ready to say, I mean, you know, not only that, you had about a 37-yard field goal there, but you're also in a position where he probably had a good 8 to 10 yards distance length on that as well. So kid's got a great foot, but the accuracy there with it as well.
Absolutely. First carry of the drive.
Yeah, great arsenal that the Warriors have in these running backs, and I'm sure Coach Kirshner wants to use a lot of this clock and get a score as well.
This time, Jackson rifling it. They faked it to Baskerville. Ended up going with Simon, and Simon says first down.
Yeah, it's their third target, third catch of the game, so great job, and great job here by Jackson getting out of the pocket, throwing it on a little bit of a run. What I really liked is he, you know, a lot of times these guys get out of the pocket, they're throwing on the run on their back foot, really kind of stepped into that, getting his hips in it and really firing it in there too.
Yeah, there was some zip. There was some urgency on that throw. As Jordan returns it with a about 4-yard gain on the play for a 2nd down and 6.
Here we're seeing a 42-yard field goal.
Elijah Slybeck, good on his first field goal attempt. Here's number 2, nearly blocked. That kick is up, and that kick is good. 2 field goal attempts by both teams. 2 made field goals by both teams, and as all things considered, Craig, you might have jinxed this game.
I think I have. We're going back and forth. But, you know, they're answering each other, not only with field goals, but they're answering each other with defensive plays that's forcing their opponent into these field goals.
Here on the east side of Indy with Warren and Carmel as both teams get ready to duke it out in the second half. Not a single touchdown in the first half. That's 6 points both teams put up. Done by some field goals. Good old-fashioned field goals, 3 points apiece. Both teams have 2 of them. Looking like, I know we sound like a broken record. Anybody catch that Colts-Broncos game last night? Yeah, it's kind of looking like that.
Yeah, but
the second half. 2 receivers to either side of him. He calls Walker and that handoff right there. Jackson going to throw it up to Walker, and Walker fumbles it. That ball's loose.
He might have been down, but it looked like Carmel might have got on this. But it's sure, I can't believe that they haven't called him down yet. He's clearly down. There's no review in high school, as we know, but this is really unfortunate because he was down on this play.
You got to replay. A lot going on that play.
Tough, but I just talked about getting Joe vertical, and of course they did.
Right here, Joe.
Oh, no, they
that
didn't.
Ball popped out. Wow.
That was out. Great job by the Carmel defense.
And see, they had me fooled at the give and go. I thought Baskerville had it. I was watching Baskerville, saw Jackson roll out, and Walker's downfield, and wow, a lot of events unfolding there, and ultimately it ends with a Warren turnover. Carmel takes over now on the 28-yard line, just 20 seconds in to the third quarter of play.
And great job with the camera work there and being able to detect that fumble.
Absolutely. First play for the Greyhounds is a handoff. Wow. And just as big of a contact at the end of that run as it was the run.
I think that was Al-Fayed there again. He looks a little ginger. He's took a really hard
We get into the colder months of the year. It's always nice just to have players that can share the workload. As this one's going to be a pass, and it's picked by the Warren Central defense. On that interception, Sean Pennington, the junior defensive back, comes up with a huge stop for the Warriors.
Well, and it's first turnover of the night. Second one, I guess, because we just had one with Joe. But we didn't have any there in the first half. But really good job there by the corner to make that break on that. Kazmierzak, it was one that he kind of almost like he had his mind made up because he was already throwing that ball when the corner had already made the break on that as he heads to the sideline to get the turnover belt.
Yeah, we were wondering if we were going to see the turnover belt tonight. Pennington says, "Hold my chocolate milk and watch this." Departed some gifts as they flew by.
That's all nice.
Very nice of him. As Jackson, showing how nice he is through traffic, gets the first down and out of bounds.
Yeah, really good job there of not only Vision hitting the hole and getting downhill, but then getting to the sideline and using his teammate there for some great positive yards to move the chains once again. Warren's looking pretty sharp here.
34-yard line is where they spot this ball on a handoff. Running up the gut, to the near side of the field is Jordan Williams, the sophomore.
You know, that's the thing, too, that you'll see with Kirshner. We talked about earlier, a lot of returning starters, but a lot of youth and a lot of guys that can make impacts. So what do you do with that? You got to find a way to get those guys into the game. And you see that he's keeping fresh legs and running guys in. It's great when that can be shared.
Jackson gets the pass off. Doesn't amount to much, but yeah, you said it. And I guess that's maybe what positive comes out with dealing with some injuries throughout the season is a lot of players get a lot of reps.
Yeah.
And you start to develop that depth as you get close to playoff time.
Yeah, and as soon as we say it was lost and one that was not here for the Warriors.
Warriors luckier than their first on that one, and they go to the end zone. Ooh. Wow. What a hit. But what a catch from Harney, and the Warriors immediately make the Greyhounds pay for not being able to cough up that fumble.
Hey, it's premature, but I think we only need about 4 feet to see our first touchdown of the night. I was calling for touchdowns here in the second half to let go of these field goals. We'll see if Warren can pop it in.
Craig has the power to give the curse, and Craig has the power to take away the curse as the Warriors score the first touchdown of the night. Chris Jordan, the senior, gives the Warriors the lead.
I'll tell you what's important.
Down the 25-yard line. Greyhounds loading up that side of the screen, a fumble. And, wow, a great bounce. Warriors got one earlier. The Greyhounds got their bounce on that one. That could have spelled trouble for Carmel.
Well, and, tough pitch, and one that sometimes can be a little tough to handle in traffic. But you also got to keep in mind this is a number 3 string back that they have here tonight with Stewart kind of being banged up and Al-Fayed obviously being out, which nothing's confirmed yet, but
3rd down and 20, 45-yard line. First down still sits around the 25. Obvious passing situation given to Bellin. And nowhere near the first down marker as it's still very 4th and very long, and that'll send out a obvious punting situation for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, really good job by the Warriors defense of keeping the receivers underneath and keeping them contained. As I say, if you're giving them more than 10 yards there, you're probably in field goal range. So really good job, and it was led there by Davion Holman.
Welcome back. You're just in time for the first play of the fourth quarter. And wow, maybe the play of the game. Carmel's defense ripping that out of the hands of Keith Jackson.
Can't tell the number.
On that Tim Haas.
Wow.
The senior linebacker on the rip and almost score. That is just a grown man's play right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he gets a, give me that, and then I'll go take lunch. Just what a major turn of events here where, there is a flag here sitting at the 49.
But, I mean, just as smooth as
heads-up play
you could possibly be on that exchange. It almost looked like they were teammates the way he gave up that ball.
No, that's tough. Just brute strength there. Again, there is a flag at the 49 with the size of the line that the Greyhounds have.
But I would have not guessed that.
The quarterback sneak.
As Jack gets Carmel's first touchdown of the night.
Yep.
And he punches it through. The Greyhounds are 1 point away from tying this ball game with 11:40 left to play here at Warren Central.
Got to think at that point when you're trying to take on three defenders, you just got to kind of lower your shoulder and try to either dive forward or take upon the hit to get positive yards.
So now ball at the 16 for Jackson and his offense. Tied ball game. Walker in motion. Handoff up the middle is Baskerville. Gets the first down, and wow, just a burst of energy from Baskerville as he moves the chains, gets it to a yard shy of the 35, call it the 34.
Well, and again, they can not only hit you with the 1, but the 2, but also the 3, and not to mention the 4 with the quarterback. So they're great on their feet coming out here.
I feel for all these guys, probably how they feel on Saturday morning. But for a guy like Holman playing, returning, defense, offense, as Jordan breaks loose. And that one was an explosive run from Chris Jordan. But, just a guy that plays all three areas of the football game and is probably getting smacked around at all three areas of the football game. It can't feel great when you wake up on Saturday morning. So hopefully you wake up with a win, right?
No, absolutely.
And Jordan again with the carry. And, hey, let's take some Greyhounds with us, shall we? And he gets up to the 30.
Well, that's what I was saying, too, where you're trying to make arm tackles, and you can look how this young man's built with his legs down low. Look at his thighs. I mean, just keeping those feet moving can drag players as well. Just another update. Avon was up 20-10 on Zionsville. That game now deadlocked at 20-20.
Wow. What a game over there. What a game over here. 13-13 our score. Jackson up the middle, and that did not look like a good hit. Wow. A helmet-to-helmet contact and a very explosive bounce off that hit. I know that was an issue in the first half. Not so much so far in the second half as they're going airborne, and Holman hauls it in for the go-ahead touchdown. He does it on defense. He does it on special teams. There he is on offense, giving the Warriors the lead with 7:21 left to play.
Yeah, what a special play, and he's letting the crowd hear it as he's visiting the bleachers over here. Yeah, but you're right, Colt. What a dynamic player to be able to be on special teams in the return game, both kick and punt, and then be in a position where he's more of a DB, but also has been inserted here in the second half in a schematic situation offensively.
Kick is good by the Warriors, 20-13. Dub C takes the lead. Back in the game is Aiden McFall. Second down and 4 from the 6. A bad snap. And McFall falls on the ball, but a Carmel opportunity wasted.
That's tough, too, on the time. It's different if it happens on first down, but to happen on second down, now making it third down, and it's third and about 16, 15 we'll call it officially. Now, they can get a first down at about the 3-yard line, but if you keep them outside of the 7 or 8 yard line, it's probably 4-down territory with the time, but it's going to make an interesting call for Coach Herbert.
We'll see what they do here on 3rd and 15. Here it is. And it is going to be you can hear the stadium rocking here at Warren Central High School for this obvious passing down. And the ball is up.
He's got to knock that down.
Wow. An opportunity, truthfully, for Blake Matthews to catch that ball.
Yeah, that ball hung up there for quite a while. And one that I had said at the beginning, at halftime, was I really liked Warren in this game if they were having the ability to deal with some of the balanced attack of Carmel. And they really took away the passing game of it and forced backs. Now, Carmel was put in a position where they were using a number 3 back for a while. But a credit to Warren, been an up-and-down season and a great way to get back to 500.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're coming live from the locker room after a huge, huge win. I got the Halls with me right here. My offensive lineman, hey, you guys played a huge game today. We rushed for, Coach said we had to rush over 200 yards, man. What was your mindset coming into this week's game? We had a big letdown last week. We had to come through and take care of business this week. What was you guys, how was practice this week for you guys?
We was just locked in the whole week, man. Just, doing what the coaches are saying. Just improving every day.
Improving every day. Yep. What about you? All right, so what was the game like for you?
I mean, it was a good game, of course. We knew we had to do what we had to do, and it was going to be on our shoulders either way.
All right, and Olin, now you guys, you right here are like the lifeblood of the offense and the offensive line, man. I know you took it personal. It was senior night. So what was your mindset heading into tonight?
Hurt to do the cross for me every week. I'm going out there to hurt to do the cross for me. So I was taught to play ball. So I'm going to continue to play ball. I'm out there to hurt to do physical game.
Second half, we had 4 drives on offense. 2 of those drives ended in fumbles, unexpected fumbles.
Yep.
But those other 2 drives resulted in touchdowns and us having a great last drive to run it out. What was your mindset going into that last drive?
That last drive was just forget the past, focus on the present. Like Coach Williams was saying before the game, everybody makes mistakes. Look, Keith out there, he balling no matter what.
Exactly.
So he got a strip, but he came back and made the right reads. O-line did their job, and we rushed the ball down the field and scored.
Exactly. I love it. And hey, gotta get you in here now. I challenged the whole team to play great 4 quarters. You guys really came out this week. Can we do it again next week?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yes, sir. Fight, definitely.
You sure? All right. Hey, you guys heard it here first. You heard it here first. These guys right here, we missing somebody. No, you was out a little bit tonight because of injury. But hey, we go. These guys right here, I'm telling you folks, when we get it all together, we're gonna be something special, man. Hey, great win again tonight, guys. Great win tonight. Go celebrate. Go be safe. Hey, let's do it all again next week. All right? Yes, sir. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with senior Michael Durham, number 27. Man, how you feel, man?
Feeling good after this win, man.
You're feeling good? Yeah. So I know you've been working, the rest of you guys been working hard to try to get to this moment, man. How's practice this week for you?
Man, just dialed in, making sure that I do my job and my part for the team so that we all can succeed as a whole.
That's great. Now, you made a few big stops out there, big plays. Run me through what it was like out there playing in the second half where it was tied game, 6-6 at halftime. What was Coach Tudsey and those guys, what were they telling you and the rest of the defense, the things that we need to do to come out there and shut down Carmel's offense?
Well, they were basically telling us what the whole community want us to do is play 4 quarters of full Warren Central football. So that's all we really have to do is go out there, and because there's usually a play for everything, but sometimes you just got to go out there and play football, and that's what we did.
Did you feel like this defense, this whole team as a unit was ready for the occasion and rose up and really make the plays that we need to?
We definitely rose up to the occasion. Yeah, we had guys making big time plays. and we had guys doing their job for the team, man.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, hey, man, go celebrate with your teammates. Very happy for you guys. You did everybody proud. Hey, let's go do it again next week, all right?
Yes,
Got a big
sir.
game, all right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, number 27, Michael Drew, I'm here. All right, I'm here with number 24, the headhunter. The guy's been making big plays all year. He made some huge ones. You good? Hey, go find me Sean. Go find me. Hey, go find me Sean. Go find Sean. Hey, we had a lot of big plays made in the second half. I don't think anybody made more big-time plays in the second half than you. I think you knocked out not one, not two, but 3 of Carmel's running backs, man. That's incredible. Incredible. And with you being a senior, I know your mindset was ready. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to come. I know your mindset was ready to come out here and play big-time defense, man. Talk to me.
I came out here wanting to show everybody what I can do. It's senior night. I wanted to show out for my family that's here and everybody in the stands in the community.
Trust me, I understand that. Coming from a guy that lost his senior night, I understand the emotion, that's wanting to go out there and give it your all. So, hey, I'm so proud of you guys. So happy. It's a huge win for our program, man. Hey, I know you ready. Coach Cessie's been grinding with you guys. Coach Moore, Coach Temple, Coach Clark, all of our coaches been grinding with you guys, and it seemed like it finally clicked today. Hey,
It clicked.
Great game, man. Great game. I don't think this is the first time we've held Carmel's top wide receiver out of the end zone the entire game. That's a huge, huge thing, man. That's huge. That's huge. Hey, and then my guy right here, like, I love this guy right here, man. He plays with the heart of a lion, man. Like, heart of a dragon, really, because this dude, that's like, when I was in high school, I was smaller than him. And just like, I couldn't imagine playing out there on the field with those guys. This dude said, nah, man, I'm going to strap up. I'm going to go out there each and every night. Number 19, Sean Pennington. He had the huge play of the second half, all right? Offense turned the ball over on a fumble unexpectedly. And defense had to come out there. And you run me through that play right there, man.
Right before the play, Devin told me, he said, get to one, make sure I get my eyes on one, get to the flat. And right before I seen him run an out route, kept my eyes on QB, second return, I just broke, body did the rest.
Hey, look, the only thing that would have made me happier for you on that play is if you would have took that to the house. If you would have took that to the house, I got kicked out the game because me and you would have been in the end zone. I've been celebrating, and they would have never let me back in here after that. But, hey, man, I'm so proud of you. You made a heck of a great play in the first half. On the other side, I think it was on there, number 8. Like, tell me, with the secondary, we see him on film, we see what he could do. What did Coach Moore tell you guys coming into the game about him?
Just ball out. I mean, we believe we're the best secondary in the whole country, and we just got to prove that. And to do that, you got to lock down top guys or whatever. We played a lot of better receivers than him. I mean, he's a good receiver, don't get me wrong, but we played receiver cores with multiple guys, multiple Division I guys, and we knew this is another game for us.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Hey, you guys did great tonight. Go celebrate with your teammates. Let's do it all over again next week, all right? We in Mizzou, all right? We in the Show Me State. We're going to show them, all right? That's what I'm talking about. Come on, Lee. Come on, Lee.
Admiral Lee.
There we go. We got more seniors coming in, folks. I'm telling you, it's the star-studded event, man. Senior night. Come on. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I don't know what he's doing with his hair right here, but, hey, that's all right. We got the dub today. Hey, we have my man Lee Alexander, and Lee was out there with Amarion, booming boys. Yeah. We knocking running backs out, man. Hey, did you expect that? When that second half happened, did you expect we was going to knock out?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we came in the game with a great mentality, and this just goes to show like how good of a team we are and how far we can go.
Coach Temple
got to finish the game.
Yes, Coach Temple was coaching you guys up. Yeah. Our game plan was beautiful. We first possession. I mean, their first possession, they got down the field, got 3, but then after that, they really had to battle. They ain't fought like that in a game all season. All season. Like, how can we take this, what we did tonight, how can we take that and take it to the next level?
We got to believe in ourselves. Like, every game, we got to trust each other. I feel like that's the biggest part, just trusting your teammates.
I love it. I love it. And my man, this guy. Like, folks, I tell you guys, our team, our program is built up of so many great players and so many backgrounds to their stories, and I'll tell you, like, this dude right here, Cam Radford, I talk about him all the time. Man, look, you right here, you come through each and every time, and you play balls to the wall, man. I love it. I'm so glad to see you here tonight. How you feel, man? How you feeling?
Feeling great after the dub. Needed it. Definitely needed the dub. Feels great to win out there. I ain't gonna lie. Feels great. We won as a team, so it feels really
We
better.
won as a team, and hey, I know we won tonight as a team. I know y'all want to do it again next week and the week after that. That's what I'm telling you guys, man. Once we do it once, we want to do it again, man. Exactly. It's like the famous story. Once you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna want a milk. He's gonna. And so we want more. Yeah, we want more, man. We want more. So hey, it's great. Congrats. Great job. I know y'all singers. Y'all went out on a good note tonight. Hey, but let's do it all over again.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it all over again. All right. Hey. Man, look. Another guy, small in stature, huge in heart. Keith Jackson Jr. First game he's played in since our Ben Davis, what was that, about 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And look, you were injured in that one, didn't finish. What was your mindset coming into today's game?
Today's game, I was like, I just got to show that I'm back. The injury didn't change nothing. I'm just back 100%, ready to go.
All right, and so we had a bunch of great drives in the first half that led to field goals, first field goals of the season. Second half, halftime, what were you saying? What was coaches saying to you at halftime?
They were just like, keep it on the pedal, keep going down, driving, running the ball down their throats, because we was just rushing the ball a lot, getting good yards.
Great yards.
And they was just like, just stick to the game plan, run the ball. When we hit our shots, we hit our shots, just keep going.
And then second half, you come out, you threw a great strike to Joe, and man, I cannot believe we didn't fall on the ball. He never does that. He never fumbles. Yeah. We come right back. We're driving the ball again, man. You had some great runs yourself, feeding the ball with Chris Jordan. We get it. Next time we get the ball, unfortunately, I don't know how. I thought they were going to call you down, honestly. I thought they were going to call you down.
I thought I heard a whistle when I fumbled.
I thought I did too. But you know what? The best thing about that play that I love, you didn't give up. Most people would have given up. You hustled and grinded, and you got him out before he scored, man. Hey, I love that heart about you. And then after that, you said no more, no more. And a great drive that ended with a touchdown pass to Devin Holman. Very good.
Game winner.
Game winner. Yes, game winner. Run me through that play right there.
The play, we had it set up. It was right after I ran the ball and got hit. So I just gave the next play, right? Mm-hmm. 2 plays later, after my run, we call a play, and I just catch the ball, turn, drop back, and let it go to Devin because I seen he had a step on him, and he just went up and got it.
That's what you do. Get the ball to our playmakers, right?
Yep.
Great job tonight.
Thank you.
Great job. And once again, man, so glad to see you back at it. Hey, get healthy. We're going to do this all again next week in Missouri, man. We're going to show them.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, love it, man. Very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, once again, I'm telling you, man, our team can come together and do some special things, some really, really special things. I love it. I love it. I love it. Here, I'm looking for one more guy, so hold on. Okay, so I got my goons with me here. All right. The guys that came through with a big second half performance. My man Chris Jordan, recently committed to Kentucky Wesleyan. Congratulations on that. Huge win for you. Listen, man, I've been wanting to see you run that ball with some power. And today, man, it all clicked for you. I know it was. I'm just very happy for you, man. Huge game. I know the offensive line, they worked their butts off to get this a great game for you. How you feeling?
Well, for starters, that's an amazing win we just did.
That's an amazing win, yes.
Amazing win.
First time we've beaten Carmel since the 2018 state championship game. First time we've beaten a team with a winning record since 2020. So how's that feel? I mean, will you hear that? At 2020, that's 2 years ago. So I've always said this team has so much talent, and we just were just missing it. I feel like tonight we clicked and we did some really great things, man. So you should be very proud of it, especially the senior class, man. Y'all got a lot of things going. And Dev, man, you right here. Here's what you shut down one of the best wide receivers in the country. No touchdowns tonight from him. I know that was hard on you. I won't say that was a hard task for you because you're one of the best defensive backs in the state as well. We lost our guy JoJo, and that put more pressure on you. More pressure on the secondary. Then you held it down. You returned punts. You dropped one. You picked it up. You still got more yards. I love that. But then the last play, the touchdown, man. Run me through that. What was going through your mind on that play?
Well, when Coach caught the play, I realized he was in the red zone. I was on the short end, so I knew the ball was coming to me. You know, I seen the matchup I wanted. I gave him a little move. Because I seen the ball in the air, I was just made up in my mind it was mine, and I got to make a play, be a ball player, be an athlete.
Hey, be an athlete. I knew, always loved when you was coming in. I remember seeing your highlights like, man, who is this dude, wide receiver, is going up and dominating boys. And then you play defensive backs like, all right, but man, I want to see him catching the ball. Now you're finally catching the ball. That's your second passing touchdown of the season, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Hey, I love it, man. I love it. You're doing some great things for us on both sides of the ball. Continue to do it, man. Great win, great senior night. Hey, I know y'all happy y'all won y'all senior night, man. Look, hey, take it from a guy that's been here for a while. I lost my senior night. It's a night I never forget. But hey, I knew you guys. It's building blocks for the rest of the season. We're gonna do some great things, man. Congrats, man. Hey, go celebrate with your teammates. We're gonna do it all over again next week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from some of our players themselves. Hey, once again, a huge win for our program. Huge win for these guys right here. Hey, they're going to build on it. They're going to do some great things. Stay tuned. I got some more great stuff for you guys coming up. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, you just saw me talking with our guys. And like I'm saying, man, it's what a truly phenomenal game. Amazing victory for our team. Something that our program needed. And let's get all, you've seen the highlights, you've seen the plays, you've seen me talk with the guys. Let's go back for just one moment here and really talk about this. To start the game, Carmel drives, and a fairly decent drive to start the game, where defense able to hold them, come up with a really big, really huge stop, force them to kick a field goal. They get it. Carmel goes up 3-0. Okay. Our team, KJ2, Keith Jackson Jr. is back, healthy, drives our team down, and sets us up for our, let's see here, I would say it's probably about our 5th or 6th field goal attempt of the season. I think we were like either 0-5, 0-4. I know 2 games back to back we tried twice and missed both times. But Elijah Slybeck finally connected for us. And we all knew he could do it. He had a surgery earlier in the season. He missed some games. He's back to being healthy the last couple of weeks, putting some great touch on the ball, getting in a lot of touchbacks for us. And it just wasn't quite right for him when we were trying to get field goals. And he had the length. It was just the accuracy. And this one, man, right down the pipe. So we get our first PAT, our first field goal of the season, tied up 3-3. Second possession for Carmel, we force a punt. And we're really doing some really good things. But in that same time frame, we lose our guy Josiah Edmond. And our secondary can be really good when you have a guy like JoJo and Dev, you have a Marion, you have Tank, AD, Aiden Davis, you have, and my guy Sean Pennington. When we are a very good sound unit, we're very good. We can do some very good things. But when you take a guy, a playmaker like JoJo, out of that, then that's when I start to kind of worry. Because like I said last week, the Carmel offense, the quarterback, Jack Kay, and the wide receiver, Reese Bellin, they put the ball in the air. They put the ball in the air a lot. And I knew what they were capable of. I knew we were capable of as well. But when you are down a man, things get tricky. But our team answered and rose to the occasion. Both teams ended up trading field goals. We had another opportunity towards the end of the second quarter. It was 6-6 tied, and we're driving, and we tried another field goal. This one didn't go just right for us, but I love the way our team was moving and doing things to end the half. Both sides, offense and defensively. Special teams as well, played a really great game special teams-wise. Coming into halftime, tied at 6. And at this point, last week I challenged our guys. I said, guys, I want you guys to play 4 quarters. 4 quarters, that's all I asked, that's 4 quarters. Because I know what our team can do if we put together one game where we play really great Warren Central football for 4 quarters. And I see the focus in their eyes on both sides of the ball, offense, defense. Those guys were focused, they were ready. They saw that, okay, we're right here with these guys. We can do this. And that right there is when I knew we were working on something special. Second half, offense comes out and we're driving, doing some great things. Once again, when KJ2, when he's working our offense, it is really, really nice to see from him. He makes me excited about the future, not just this season, of course, but moving forward with him, seeing progression with him, year 2 and year 3 possibly. Oh man, tingles, goosebumps. Woo! So we're driving, and the sure-handed Joe Walker gets a great ball thrown his way, catches it, makes a great little cut. It's going down the field, and somehow the Carmel defender forces a fumble. First turnover I've seen Joe have, I don't want to say ever here, but it felt like it was the first turnover I've ever seen him have. And I'm just like, oh man, please don't let this be the game where Mr. Turnover rears its ugly head. I don't want that. But, like you heard me say with Sean, the very next possession from our defense, I want to say it was either 2 or 3 plays after that, Carmel's driving, and what would seem like a normal play, normal passing play, my guy Sean Pennington picks it off. And I, ladies and gentlemen, I know jokingly I said it, if he were to catch that ball and keep his balance and stay in bounds, it's 6. And I'm kicked out of the game because I would have lost my mind had we returned that for a pick 6. I know it's bad. You gotta say, well, you can't do that. You can't do that. Look, I would forgot everything that I know of. I've been, because I like I said before, some of these guys I don't know that well. And being around a team like I have been, I've come to really like so many of these guys. It's hard not to like them, honestly. They're a bunch of knuckleheads, but they're my knuckleheads, okay? There are knuckleheads. I remember so many of these guys, years past, all these former teammates of mine, everybody was knucklehead, everybody was immature. I mean, 15, 16, 17 years old, you're gonna do things like that. But I'm around these guys so much, and I love their camaraderie, I love their unity that some of them had, their bonds. And it makes me so happy to see them when they're playing well. And Sean is one of those guys. Like I said in the interview with him, not just air. Like, I was his size, smaller in high school. I could not have imagined suiting up, strapping on the pads, and playing high-level football with the guys that he plays with. I couldn't imagine. And really, I have so much admiration and respect for every small size, undersized, whatever you want to call them, DB we've had come through this program, whether it's Trey Moore, who's now coaching our DBs, Caleb Humphrey, another guy that was tremendously talented, Nate White. Oh my God. I mean, there's so many great guys that have come through our program like Sean, and that's been ballers. I can't help but feel like they're some of my favorite guys. So to see Sean make a play like that, maybe it was good that he didn't take it for 6, because I didn't want to have to embarrass our team and our program, but I probably would have. It would have been the best penalty of my life. That's fine, I'm out. But we get the ball back to the offense, and they march down the field, and end up punching it in for 6. Such a great feeling. I'm telling you guys, when our team gets going, and it was all set up with a great pass from Keith to Hootie, just a tremendous play. Hootie went up and made probably the biggest catch of the season that he's had so far this season, and set up the touchdown run from Chris Jordan. So now we are up 13-6. Defense gets another stop, which was tremendous. And offense is driving the ball. Fourth quarter comes. Everybody's got our 4s up. And against a team where we are of equal talent, we've struggled, really, going into the fourth quarter. I want to say against Center Grove, we were down at going into the fourth quarter. I believe against Ben Davis, we were down going into the fourth quarter. May have been 28-28. LC, we were down. LN, we were down. So to see us going into the fourth quarter with a 13-6 lead, offense driving the ball, felt good. First play of the fourth quarter comes around, and it's one of the most fluky plays I've ever seen. Keith is going into his run, or the play was blown up somehow, and I could have swore I heard a whistle. Play being called dead, all right, take the sack, it's over. But hats off to the Carmel guy. He said nope. He wrestled the ball out, stripped him, and took off. Now, if he was an athlete, he would have been 6. But Keith didn't give up on the play. And that is another reason why I love this guy so much, in seeing the heart that he gives on each and every play. And it's little things like that. He chased the man down. The man had a probably 5 to 10 yard lead on him. Chased him down. Tackled him. Stopped him at the 1. And this guy was a big guy. So, granted, Carmel scored very next play on the QB sneak. So now it's tied ball game, 13 all. And the team, they didn't get down on themselves. And really it felt like, all right, now it's time to bring this home. And that right there is when I knew we were going to win that game. I didn't know how. I just knew we were going to do it. So, Keith, offense get the ball back, and they drive all the way down the field. And what I thought we were going to set up more runs. Ronald Baskerville had some good runs for us. Damarian Harris had some good catches out of the backfield for that night. I thought that's where we were going to go. Or we're going to keep pounding with Chris Jordan, who was doing some great things. And I hated that Rodney Johnson wasn't able to play on Friday night. He was still recovering from a late game injury he had against LN. He should be ready to go in our next game, but he didn't play at all. Senior night, he didn't get to play at all. I hate that for him. But what I saw the other guys from our great running backs that we have, what I saw them pull off Friday night, was like, man, once again, when we get all of our guys playing great football for 4 quarters, we are going to be a tough team to beat. And so let me get back to it. We're in the red zone, and it's just, I don't know how this man is able to do the things he's able to do at his size. It's kind of like how I was so amazed at the ability, the talent of Daniel Tippett when he was a sophomore and he came in and won us a game as in the playoffs against North Central in the first round in 2020. And the same amazement, because I felt like I knew Daniel could do it. Seeing KJ, seeing Keith Jackson Jr. do it is remarkable. Great ball to Devin Holman. That's an absolutely amazing catch and play from him. And we're up 20-13. Defense has to come out and get a stop. And once again, this is a Carmel offense that has been very dominant. Really outside of their first game, they've scored 20-plus points in every game. So for us to have them at 13 late in the fourth quarter, okay, let's go. Defense stepped it up. They get down to the red zone again, and I thought the smart play, we get them to a 4th down. And our guys, like I said, Josiah is out of the game. So guys like Curtis Faust have to step up, and he played big-time football. Big-time seniors stepped up on senior night and played big-time football. Loved it. What I saw from our guys on that defensive drive, truly remarkable. Now, what Marion did, Marion, Lee, whatever, I thought it was 3 running backs. It was really 2 running backs. One guy got knocked out. He stopped the game. He comes out. Put another guy in. A few plays later, he gets knocked out. Stop the game again, and he put the other guy back in. I don't know how or why anybody thought that was a great thing. Man, like with the concussion news and the NFL and college football and everything like that, with that being such of an emphasis about player safety, when you see a guy take the hits that they took from our guys on Friday night, and you think it's a good thing to put them back into the game, that wasn't a good move. They got nothing from their running offense late in the game when they needed it, and which that made a whole lot of our play calls defensively, I felt made this a whole lot easier for us. And so 4th down comes, they're in the red zone, and I thought the smart move would have been, this is what I would have done if I was a head coach, but, you know, I'm not. If I was the coach from Carmel, I would have kicked the field goal, make it 20-16, and then onside kicked. Feel like you give your team a better chance of trying to win a game that way, because it was like 4th and goal from like the 15. A field goal for them, they were in good range. They hit from that same range earlier in the day, so it was possible. But he said, "Forget it. We're gonna let it roll." They called us out. Basically, is what it was. They called us out. They said, "We're Carmel. We're the Greyhounds. We're one of the best teams in the state. You guys are nothing compared to what we are." And our guy said, "All right, bet. Let's go then. Let's let it ride." And the final play, deep pass, they tried us. Incomplete. Falls incomplete. Back of the end zone. I don't know if the guy, if he would have caught it, if he would have come in bounds or not, but yeah. Incomplete. And so our offense has to do one more drive. We got to continue to run the ball, and that's what we did. Ran the ball. I think we got like 2 or 3 first downs from that point. Carmel couldn't stop us. They ended up 4th down, and we didn't have to punt the ball. We had to run another play. Ball game. 20-13, good guys. And at the end of it, just seeing all those guys be so happy. Seeing the seniors especially be so happy, and it's like you really, really love to see that from our guys. And take it from a guy, and I've talked about this on the show several times, and you know, losing your senior night is not fun. You know, you got your family there, it's a huge crowd, home crowd, everybody's on you. It's your special night. And you want to come away with that victory. Like I've told people before, when we lost my senior night game in 2005, we went from being the number 3 team in the nation to being number 3 in our state. Number 3 in the nation to number 3 in the state in 1 week. To Lawrence North, and honestly, I think it was about the same score that we lost to Lawrence North last week. So I knew, and every year, I always want our guys to be victorious on their senior night. I don't want to see our guys lose. I don't want to see them go through the same pain that me and the rest of the seniors on our team went through. I don't want that for anybody, not in our program. So we come away with the win, and really, I don't know if it was a true 4 quarters of football that we played, but dang it, it was mighty, mighty close to 4 truly great quarters. Defense, Coach Tutsi asked me, did I think that was the best defense ever played against him? No, I don't think it's the best. We've done some really great things in the past. Even under him, we've done some really great things. Under Coach Mann, and from the past few seasons, we've done some really great things. But this is up there. This is up there amongst some really, really good defensive performances. A team where one of the best in the state, top 5 in the state, offense that was of high caliber, wide receiver that may be the best, could be Mr. Football from the wide receiver position. Just so much was going right for them, and at the same time, you look at us, there's so much going wrong. Like I said before, we hadn't beaten a team with a winning record in 2 years. We can beat the Pikes and the North Centrals and stuff like that. But anybody else? Going downhill. And for us to get a win like that, it let our guys know what I've been saying this entire time. We have something special here. We have something special here, and we have to click and get together, or we're going to lose what we have that's special. And I truly, truly feel like we had a glimpse of our potential. Just a brief glimpse. A little bit more than what we've seen in other parts of the year. But truly, truly, we had a good look at like, man, if we can do this right here for 4 quarters, what else is possible for this team? Offense only punted the ball 1 time. Offense only punted the ball 1 time. It was a slow-paced game. There weren't a lot of possessions, but the offense only punted the ball 1 time. Defensively, we had 5 stops, 1 turnover, 5 stops. And Carmel scored, 2 field goals and their touchdown. So yeah, they had 8 total possessions. And I want to say that may be the least amount of stops we've ever had. And I've been tracking stops, well, I haven't tracked stops like that in the last couple of years. But under Coach Tutsi and his defense, that's been our thing. I don't know if I've ever tracked us having a win with that little amount of stops. That's incredible. So what our defense was able to show, what they were capable of, remarkable. So many of our guys stepped up. So many of our seniors stepped up. So many of our underclassmen stepped up and made plays when they needed. Hats off to our players, hats off to our coaching staff, man. Everybody that made last week's win possible should be very proud. But that's the end of that. We may not face Carmel again. They go north, we go south. And unless they go on a heck of a run, which is possible, and unless we go on a heck of a run, which is possible, we aren't going to see them again until state. So enough of talking about them. I'm focused on the now. If we see them again, great. We've already seen them in that game 4 times before. And you guys have known our history in this program, know what the results were each of those 4 times. I'm not even going to get into it. Now, I say all that to say this. And it's the same thing I said after we beat Ben Davis in that great game last year, the same thing I said after we beat King earlier this season. Do not let this game be our high point. Don't let it be our high point. It can't be. We just had a little touch, a little feel. We just touched the cloth of what we could possibly be. So much. We could do so much better. And I love how our team came together after it seemed like our team was falling apart the week before. Don't let what we did on Friday night be our high point. We can't have that. Because if we let that happen, then we'll fall short. Don't know when, but we'll fall short. We'll fall short. So, moving on. And this is the first time we've played this team, and it's really interesting, honestly. Christian Brothers High School, Christian Brothers Academy, Christian Brothers College, CBC out of St. Louis, Missouri. This is the first time we've played any school from Missouri. Farthest team we've played from there, we played East St. Louis, which is like literally right across the river. Actually, they played East St. Louis this season, and East St. Louis had their way with them. Now, East St. Louis is one of the best teams in the state of Illinois, and this is supposedly the best team in the state of Missouri. So we're going to see how well we stack up with these guys. And they got talent all over the field. I look at their roster, and they have, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys with major D1 offers. One guy, Jeremiah Love, number 4. He is a very good talent. A very good talent. He can do some really good things with the ball, plays both sides, running back, DB, but he's mainly gotten a lot of looks for being a running back. Has offers from USC, Bama, Texas A&M, Michigan, who else? Georgia, and really, he's predicted to go to Notre Dame. He's not committed anywhere yet, but look, when this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is. At first, in my notes, I'm looking here. I say he's kind of like a Reggie Bush, but I don't think he's not a Reggie Bush. He's not a Reggie Bush. He reminds me a little bit of, oh my God, a guy that went to Arkansas some years ago and played. Oh my God, not Joe. Oh my God, I cannot believe I can't remember his name. A college football guy, but he runs high. He runs high and he's shifty. So we gotta bring it. We gotta bring it. They got a wide receiver, number 1, Dakota Mayo. He reminds me of the small wide receivers from Ben Davis and LC earlier this season that gave us fits, that caused us problems. Speedster, he has offers from Kansas, Army, Arkansas State. Top talent. Top talent. You get the ball in his hands, watch out. Once again, we got to bring it. They got a offensive tackle that's committed to Cincinnati, a defensive tackle that's committed to Northwestern. From the film I've seen from their East St. Louis game, which was earlier in the season, they played 2 quarterbacks. One was more of a pro-style quarterback, and then another guy, mobile, dual threat type of guy. Both of them like to pass the ball really well. So it's going to be interesting which quarterback we see the most of coming into our game against them on Friday night. And I believe their record at this moment is like 5-2, 6-2. They came here a couple weeks ago and played Bishop Chatard, and they won by like 30 against Bishop Chatard. And I believe they think, Warren, Indiana, we just beat up on Chatard, going to be a little bit of the same thing. We cannot let them think that Warren Central and Bishop Chatard are anywhere close to being on the same level. We can't let that happen. We can't let that happen at all. We have to go out there and dominate from beginning to end. Play Warren Central football. Let them know what really goes down in Indiana, in central Indiana, on the Far East side. Let them know what really goes on. Because I don't know if this is a home and home. I don't know if they'll be coming here next year. Hopefully they do. Hopefully they do. But they're going to see that, Warren Central means business. Okay? And I like the fact that these guys are getting another opportunity to play another out-of-state school. And it's really interesting. The first out-of-state school, King, that we faced, since our game against them, I think they've been rolling teams. I saw a stat the other day that they've beaten the last 3 opponents like 110-0. We're getting second halves where it's running clock. So, people say, oh, well, they didn't do that against Warren. Well, that was their first game. Look, I don't care about none of that. We faced you when we faced you. We beat you when we beat you. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see us play this team right here. I'm excited. I can't wait for us to make that drive to St. Louis. It's been a long time since I've been to St. Louis, too. A long, long time. Last time I was in St. Louis, Nelly was still hot. So it's going to be really interesting to see how our team makes that road trip and see if we take what we did this past Friday night, take things a next step, take it to the next level. That's what I want our guys to do. So, all right, that's that. I'm feeling real good right now, man. Like I said, I'm feeling real good. That win put me in a good spirit, and will put me in an even better spirit with seeing some of our guys perform at the next level. And I got to talk about my guy, Michael Tutsi, first, because I was there. Indiana State hosted the Bison from North Dakota State, and Michael and his Bison ended up being in a much closer game, a much deeper battle with the Sycamores than anybody expected, but they came out victorious. I want to say the score was like 31-26. They won, and it was a hard-fought game. I think that was one of the few games this season where North Dakota State has been down to half, ended up fighting back, rolling off some big plays, and it was, like I said, it was great to be there, see the Bison fans make the trip down to Indiana. It was real good. And Michael played a tremendous game. He had 4 tackles in this game, and what he is, like I said, he and his team have goals of getting back to winning another national championship. They're still the #1 team in FCS, and they're playing some really, truly phenomenal football right now. And this week, they have their arch rival. They have the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State coming to the Fargo Dome. And once again, I'm making the trip up to Fargo, going to go to that game. I've been saying, hey, I need to see a game in Fargo. Went last year. It was incredible. I need to see a marker game. Well, it's like I'm going back to Fargo, and it's going to be an amazing time, an amazing game. I can't wait to see it. South Dakota State has been the only team, I want to say, has beaten, in Michael's 5 years there, they've beaten him 3 times. Beat him his first year in 2017, and really, in the 2021 spring season, they beat him, and in 2021 fall season, they beat him. Besides that, 2018, 2019, Mike and those guys got the best of him. But he wants to go out on top. He wants to win that marker for his last time. So best of luck to Michael and his Bison this week. Moving on, my guy Julius Brents, him and his Kansas State Wildcats are playing some great ball. And really, this game that they played at Iowa State, it was a night game at Iowa State, and a lot closer than I thought it would be, honestly, especially after seeing what Kansas State did the last 2 weeks. They put up like 30 plus against the last 2 opponents, which would be Oklahoma and was it Texas Tech? Now, Oklahoma, you can't really talk about that being a great win, but it is what it is. Kansas State is playing some truly, truly great football right now. and they had a 10-9 win over Iowa State on the road. Good for them. Juju had 5 tackles in this game. They're off this week, so hey, get rested, get healthy. Hey, continue to play great football, man. I'm loving seeing what you're doing. I would love to come to a game in Kansas, honestly. Haven't been to Kansas. I don't think I've ever been to Kansas, honestly, either. Would love to come to a game. If I can't, I'm going to be watching. Continue to do great things. And our guys at Grand Valley, the Lakers, playing some tremendous football right now. My man, Therese Reed up there. Look, making me proud. I love when our DBs go somewhere and just let it be known, hey, it ain't nothing sweet. Had a great pass breakup this week. Damon Wesley, another guy. I said he was the same class as Juju. I was wrong. He's the same class as Michael. So he had, what did Damon have? 4 tackles in a big win over American International. They're one of the best teams in Division II right now, playing some great football, doing some great things. Would love to see these guys continue to play great football late into the season. And hey, maybe we can have another group of guys competing for a national championship. I would love that so much. Let's see here. I got another group of guys here. Our guys that played football at the University of St. Francis. All right. And I haven't talked about these guys too much because I've been too much to talk about, really. And sometimes I see guys, and if you don't have much stats to really talk about, I'm not going to put it, trying to keep this short sometimes. So our guy Prince Powell played a little quarterback this past week in St. Francis's 53-0 win at University of Madonna. And Prince had a pretty good game. 3 for 3 for 42 yards and 1 touchdown. The touchdown was a 7-yarder. He also rushed twice for 19 yards. Kevin Ford, DB on the team, had a tackle of his own. So those guys were able to contribute to a good win for the Cougars. They host the St. Franciscan, oh my God, I can't believe I just murdered the name of this rivalry. It's a really good rivalry game between them and Marian University here. They host that game this week. Going to be a great rivalry game between those two. The crowd up there at St. Francis is going to be jam-packed. I believe I've been up there twice for games, and it's been great atmosphere both times. Also, congrats to Warrior legend and University of St. Francis Cougar alumni, Wilmer Cole. Wilmer Cole was just announced as the football alumnus of the week. And Wilmer, during his time for St. Francis, played tremendous football, man. Absolutely incredible. He was part of their 2 national championship teams, back-to-back years. I want to say it was 2016 and 2017, and just did some truly remarkable things up there during his time playing for the Cougars. When I started this show, he was still playing for them, and it was crazy. I was doing updates on our guys, and every week it was like the same 3 or 4 DBs. It was Wilmer Cole, McKelty Williams, Trey Moore. All 3 of those guys were all playing some really, truly great football for their respective schools. So glad to see Wilmer getting the recognition that he truly deserves. He's doing a lot of great things right now. I believe he just got married last year. Him and his wife got a great thing going on and got their family. Congrats to you, Wilmer, man. Everything you've done, I've been so proud of you, man. I can't say too much more about you, man. Hey, continue to be great. Come on down to a home game next time we have a home game, too. And, let's see. Before we get away, sectional draw. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. And here we go, folks. Here we go. We have our path set out for us. And right now, we have us traveling to Southport. Our first game at Southport since 2016. First time we faced them since 2017. And we will face, we win that game, we will face the winner of Perry and Tech the next week. I'm not exactly sure where that game will be at, but of course, I'll keep you guys in tune. But yeah, our path is set out in front of us. And what we have to do now is play Warren Central football. Nothing more, nothing less. Our coaches know what needs to be done to get our team to the next level. And our players, only thing I ask is to continue to listen and put it all together. Put it all together for 4 quarters, like I said last week. Because once you do that, once you put together for 4 quarters, you're going to want to do it again. And you're going to want to do it again after that. Until there ain't no more games left. It's a great time to be a Warrior, folks. I truly, truly mean that. And with that, I'm your host, Corey the Kid Smith. Just watch and listen to another great episode of True Warrior Football. Make sure you're liking and subscribing this show. Share it with all the other Warrior legends out there. And as always, Warrior Band, take us away.